Well, good evening, everybody. Once again, thank you for joining us and welcome. This, as you know, is Team Eagle's weekly Zoom chat, and we're very happy that you're here. Now, as most of you know, we are Mick and Jenny Daly, National Marketing Directors in your support line. And you know, we have a few new people on tonight, and I know several newcomers to our team who will be listening to this recording. So just let me take a minute or so to tell you a little bit about ourselves, because some of you may not know our story. We've been with the company now for a little over 27 years. Hard to believe that. In Mick's prior life, he was with IBM. He was only with them for 23 years, so we've well surpassed the time spent in the corporate world. And I tell you, I think the last 27 have been a whole lot more fun than the first 23. Wouldn't you agree, Mick?
I would.
So anyway, my background is teaching, and you can probably gather that we are originally from England. We landed in Dallas, Texas back in 1987 on a 3-year assignment. And 30 years later, we are still here. Quite legally, we are US citizens like the rest of you these days. But you know, the timing was so interesting for us because IBM, after 3 years, told us we had to go back to England. And we had fallen in love with this wonderful country. So we were looking for a way to stay. And of course, you know, there were many jobs we could have gone out to get, but we were looking for not only financial freedom, but time freedom as well. Because IBM always paid extremely well, but we never had any free time. It was a bit of a workaholic. So when we were introduced to this company, we were intrigued, and we looked at it very closely and decided that, you know, yes, this was something we were going to pursue. Well, I tell you, in the early days, we struggled big time. And I tell you that to give some of you hope, if you can identify with that, but we didn't quit. This was prior to Juice Plus, in fact. And when Juice Plus came along in 1993, you'd think, okay, we were in the right place at the right time. But I was the biggest skeptic, I have to admit. Mick was very big into marathon running and playing soccer back then. So he started taking Juice Plus as a product and very quickly got results. A few months later, I joined him, and also, and now is not really the time to talk about the results that we saw with the product. But we realized that if we were seeing great results and we thought we ate healthily, then there was a tremendous opportunity to help other people with their health by sharing Juice Plus. And so I guess the rest is history. This has been our full-time income in all these years, and a very good income, way surpassed what Mick was ever earning with IBM. But you know, the money's great, but especially the freedom. And those of you who know us know that we do travel a lot, partly for work, but we do it the smart way. You know, we have a conference coming up in Phoenix. We will be spending the week prior to that in sunny Arizona, where it will be a whole lot warmer than it is here in the mountains of Colorado. And we're also going to take a few days afterwards to go hiking with Rachel and some friends up in Chinle Canyon, just north of Phoenix. So I tell you, life is really good. Oh, we just got back from Honduras for a couple of weeks too. So, and we have a trip to Europe planned for 5 weeks this summer. Enough of that, right? This business pays you well, and it gives you the freedom to enjoy your time as well. Enjoy your money. So having said that, that's who we are and what we do. Mick, do you want to update us on the contest for the past week? We have a new leader, I believe.
I absolutely do, yes. So a number of names are familiar, but a number of names are not, and we love to see that mix. So right now, Tara Harris is leading the way, but she's not so far ahead that she cannot be caught, and I would say it's beautifully tight on the leaderboard, but we're only, 12 days in, so plenty of time. But remember that this is the last month of the contest before we all reconvene in Phoenix, Arizona, later in April. And the importance of being on the leaderboard cannot be stressed too much because, by the way, this is at our Team Eagles Facebook website, teamjp.net. I always put a link to this page in my posts about the contest in our Facebook group. And when you scroll down, lower down, you will see the rules. And this is the most important thing, that you only have to be in the leaderboard one time between October and April to get one drawing, at least one entry in the random drawing that happens at the Phoenix conference or at the conference. And these beautiful people each won $100 in the random drawing last time round. And I know each of them wants to do it again, but I know those of you who aren't in this picture will say, no, 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 you've had your chance. We want to do it next time round. So it's important that you get in on the leaderboard for at least one entry in that random drawing. And let me stop that. And I hope you can see this. Can you see this beautiful shirt that I'm wearing? Can you see it?
Yes.
Well, good, good, because all I can see is Jenny. I can't see me.
Oh, well, you have to stand up a little bit higher.
Okay.
That's it. Perfect.
There you are. Yes. I finally got my shirt, and I have to show you the back as well because it is the official Team Eagles shirt.
Up a little bit, Mick. We can't see it.
Up a little bit.
There you go. Team Eagles.
So those 40 plus of you who have a version of this shirt, long sleeve, short sleeve, round neck, V-neck, different sizes, we had to go through some trials and tribulations to get these shirts. But I've been able to negotiate an arrangement with Juice Plus Promotions later this month, well before the conference, I hope. They will have added a very special page to the juicepluspromotions.com website just for us to be able to order more of these shirts one at a time, paid for the normal way, any way you choose. And I haven't negotiated this yet, but I'm also hoping to convince them that they will let us have an alternative to the purple. I would like dark navy or a shade of blue, which might be more appropriate to the blokes, the chaps, the fellas, the guys out there. Not that I won't wear this beautiful purple version, which I will, but I'd like it to include, I'd like there to be an alternative color. So that's something to look forward to. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Okay, Jenny, back to you.
All right, let's move on. And because I have great pleasure this evening in introducing a very dear friend of ours, we are going to be hearing from none other than Melinda Cranwell Dee, who lives in Waco, Texas. Certainly, she's well known to many of you on the call. She and Mark have been married for about 40 years now. Congratulations, both of you. That is awesome. They have 3 grown kids. They're all Juice Plus kids, and they also have an adorable little grandson these days as well, who I know is a little Juice Plus baby too. So Melinda has several degrees to her name in kinesiology, biology, readings and science education, PhD, I believe. She was formerly a high school science teacher, but then many years ago founded Academics Plus in McKinney, Texas. She actually sold that business a couple of years ago after, I think, 24 years, although she does remain as a consultant during this transitional period. But one of the reasons she sold it was because she wanted to really focus more time on her Juice Plus business. So they have been Juice Plus family for about 20 years now, but it's always been very much a plan B in the past, but now it is very much a plan A. And Melinda is a senior sales coordinator, a little frustrated, I think, because she's so close to getting to QNMD, Qualified National Marketing Director, which is where she should be on her way to NMD. But I know it's going to happen very soon, Melinda. So I think most of us on the call tonight have no problem talking about Juice Plus as a product, telling your Juice Plus story. But if you're going to build the business, you really need to be able to craft a business story as well. That is, why we do what we do, why we love doing what we do. So that's exactly what Melinda is going to train us on tonight, how to craft your business story. So Melinda, over to you.
Okay, great. So I am super pumped about being able to talk to you about business stories. So tonight I really have kind of three things in mind. I'm going to share a few lessons that I've learned over the last 27 years of owning our businesses. Number two, some sources that are available for you, because one of the things I love about Juice Plus is that it is a franchise. This is not something that you have to go create or figure out on your own. It's a duplicatable system, and that's the beauty of having a franchise. And then the last thing, just fair warning, I'm hoping that we have enough time. It's about 1:15 now, so I tend to talk too fast, but I'll try not to go too fast. But I really want some of you, if we have some few minutes, maybe you could share your 15-second business story. I'd love to kind of wrap it up with a little more interaction. So as Jenny said, back in 1991, we actually opened Academics Plus. At that time, it was Britannica Learning Center. We bought a franchise from the Britannica encyclopedia people, and that gave me a year of really, truly understanding the benefit of a franchise as opposed to a startup business. And I think that's one thing that makes it really, really easy for me to talk about the business with people that we have with Juice Plus, because it is a virtual franchise. And you'll hear me talk about it that way all the time. Whenever I'm talking with people, I always refer to what we have business-wise as a franchise. That's why it says VIN, because it's your virtual franchise identification number. So yes, my background was in kinesiology. I'm a high school science teacher and married to a math teacher. Who always wanted to own his own business. So when I finished up my graduate work, my PhD at TWU, Mark really wanted to own a business. He didn't care what it was. He just wanted a business. And so that's when we bought the franchise with Britannica. A year later, they decided not to do franchises. So we went independent, went through that whole legal process of naming it and redefining the instructional programs for Academics Plus. We were able to sell 2 licenses, one out in Paris, Texas, and one up in Wisconsin. We ran 7 different locations in 4 different cities, and we literally had the opportunity to touch thousands and thousands of lives. And all the way through that, we were really guided by 5 words, and those 5 words were increase each student's academic performance. And so most of the time when you look at businesses, they tell you in 5 words or less, be able to say what you're about. And I think that's one of the good things about Juice Plus, because we inspire healthy living, we inspire healthy giving. And so those are a very short phrase that really captures what we're all about. So after 24 years, as Jenny said, we had the opportunity to sell our business, which meant I had no longer had to drive back and forth up and down 35. And that put me in the position of founder and consultant. And in that role, I actually have learned that you can have 2 people say the exact same thing. And one person can have people handing you their credit card and writing you a check, and the other person with the same basic words has no attraction. And the difference is the passion and the authenticity and the transparency that you share your story with. And that's the main thing I really want you to leave with tonight. That's what I've learned. I tend to, I've actually got this card that my dad sent me years ago, and it says, some people just seem to go through life with their arms wide open. And that's definitely how I roll. But I think that's what has really led to a lot of success for me in business, is because I am transparent. I try to be very authentic and share with people what's going on in my life. And people respond to that. They love that. They're attracted to that. Now, as Brene Brown teaches us, when you run through life that way, you fall down and you learn how to get back up. And that's what we're going to talk about in the story tonight, because what people want to hear is they want to hear your struggle. Everybody has some struggle, and they connect with that struggle. But then they also want to hear, how did you get through that? And now, what is your success? And when you can share those 3 things authentically from things that are going on in your life, then you make a really good connection that can lead to a very, very long-lasting relationship. So I think one of the differences, one of the important things is something that we call the position of confidence. When you share your story, It needs to have the passion and the authenticity, but it needs to have some confidence. And I learned that with Academics Plus, because we diagnostically evaluated all our kids, and thousands and thousands, lots of data. You bring me a kid right now, and I'm going to tell you, we can teach that kid how to read. We can teach that kid how to be really, really good at math, because we've just done that over and over and over. And the trick is the diagnostic piece and teaching kids the way they learn, not necessarily teaching them the way we want to teach. But what happens when you have that confidence, and when you're sharing from that position of confidence, people pick up on it. Like, kids would walk in our centers, and they're just like, it just kind of feels different in here. Like, I feel like something different might happen. So you're opening up in their mind a possibility of something that they don't currently have, but they really, really desire. And we actually labeled it. We called it our oasis, our Academics Plus oasis. And we talk about it a lot. We do the same thing with our parents. We cast that vision for them, because they want a successful student. If any of y'all have had kids that are struggling in school, it's a horrible place to be. It's kind of like not being well. It's not a fun place to be. And you want something more, but you just don't know how to get there. So our job with our stories is to cast that vision and show that possibility, because that's what everybody's looking for. We even saw it happening with the administrators and the teachers. They come in, and these bad kids, were like working and reading and writing, and people were just shocked, like, oh my gosh, look at him. What they didn't know is that we had instructionally written that program 2 or 3 grade levels below where they're currently in school, so that they could read. And it's just like what we talk about with our one simple change, our one simple step. Like, we all want to be healthy, but oh my gosh, how are we ever going to lose all this weight or learn how to run? Well, you start off with that one simple change. And so, it's amazing to me. So many parents would tell me, oh my gosh, you gave me my kid back, because that's what they're desiring, and that's what they're wishing for. And that's what our stories really communicate. So I'm going to show you some different resources, because as I said, we're a franchise, so you don't have to figure this all out yourself. There's lots of resources for us to get the words just right. But it's more than just the words. It's not just semantics. It's all about this power of passion and enthusiasm and transparency, and also that position of confidence that I was talking about. So one of the things, and you can see these analogies, it's always weird to me that there's so many parallels between what I did with Academics Plus and what I did with Juice Plus. But Jenny and I have talked about that so much. But what's happened in our country is we have accepted illness. We just assume illness, and we've forgotten about being well. We have people tell us all the time, like, what are you on? And Brianna and I are constantly saying, this is how we're designed to be. Like, this is how we're supposed to be. This level of energy and happiness and joyfulness and mental just joyfulness is how God intended us to be. It's not how most people are, but they want that. And the same thing, we've accepted trading hours for dollars, and we don't have to accept that. And people honestly don't want that. They really so desire what we have. And it's just like you've heard so many times before. It's the holding the box with the red bow on top, and we're reaching it out there. And we're going to hear lots and lots of no's, but we still just cast that vision and share that gift. So as far as sharing that gift, I'm going to start off with my 15-second version, and then you guys be thinking about yours. But here's how I go when I'm in the elevator and somebody says, hey, what do you do? So I own a franchise with a mission-driven company called Juice Plus. They figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in capsules, gummies, shakes, and bars. We also have a state-of-the-art aeroponic tower garden to grow your own produce at home, and a virtual franchise with a full benefit package. So, ding, you can get through that before you get to the next floor. But I've tried to put the different things in there so that something might spark a conversation. And then I will know, are they interested in a benefit package? Are they interested in how do they get the fruits and vegetables in a capsule, or are they interested in a tower garden? So your short version, you want to have all the different windows that we have available, and then you find out what their response is, and then you know which direction to go with them. So if you talk about the different sources, okay, Mick, I'm going to see if I can do this. Share screen. Oh, did I do this right? Share screen. Oh, Mick, I might need you to help me.
Yep, that's good.
Am I good? Okay. So, of course, the first place to start is Team Eagles. Yes. TeamJP.net, because they have this awesome little search bar. And if you just type in there, why won't it let me type on mine? You don't know. Oh, well, maybe it's open. I just can't see it. If you type in there, business story, let's see if this works. Oh, look at this. Hey, Mick, are you so proud of yourself? You should be. So you go to share your story. And this is the great thing, because your story really does matter. And the way you share it and you let other people see themselves in your story, that's what's going to resonate. And that's what's going to help you connect with these people. And just like it says right here, your story needs to be clear and compelling. You want to spark the listener's imagination, and you want them to be able to see themselves in your story. When you can work through these things, there's some awesome stuff here. I really like this Storyteller Secret. When you listen to that, you'll hear that storytelling is really who we are, and it's representing your experiences and your passion and what's going on with your life. And as you go down through here, you're going to learn how to actually write your story and craft your story. Mick and Jenny have their stories on here. So they have great examples to go by. And then down here at the bottom, Mick's put these 5 elements of powerful stories. I love this. It starts off with this neat story about some monks. But the 5 things that really made sense to me with my experiences are these 5 steps right here. That powerful stories resonate within us. Powerful stories show us the light and the dark. We all have struggles. We all have bad things going on in our lives. And we all have light if we will just be open to see it. And when we are open to see that and we're willing to share that darkness and those struggles, that's where you really can connect with people. Powerful stories point to a greater cause. What greater cause do we have than with Juice Plus, inspiring healthy living globally, you know, all the way across, like the mission, I mean, everything that we're doing with the Healthy Living Revolution, it's a huge movement. It's a mission that we're on, and people resonate with that. Powerful stories teach, but in a different way. They open up that conversation so we can listen and we can hear what is important to that person and what are they searching for. And then powerful stories leave room for interpretation, so they can put themselves in your position, the position that they want to be in, but they have no idea. And then you can guide them through those simple steps. So this is an excellent resource that we have. Another place that I like is this missiondrivenmodel.info. And if you go down on missiondrivenmodel.info and you see building your team, then there's a whole section here that talks about your stories. And again, there's a really neat acronym. I really like this one. I'm going to come back to this one in a second. But this plot, where you have some pain, you show a lesson, you create, and you show the opportunity, and then you share that triumph. And so people really resonate with that, and they're so attracted to hearing, oh my gosh, you too, you know, you've got some pain, you've learned a lesson, there's an opportunity here, and now you're celebrating, and I can celebrate too. And the last part that I want to show you on this building the team is your why. We talk about our why a lot, but this worksheet was really helpful for me. It really helped me kind of drill down. Basically, you start off and you say, what's important to you about building a successful juice slice business? And you just put your answer in. And then you go and you say, why is that important to you? And you put your answer in here. And then you say, well, why is that important to you? And you put your answer there. And then you say, well, why is that important to you? And by the time you do this about 7 or 8 times, you actually get to what is the thing that floats your boat. And what is the thing that makes you get up in the morning and be like, yes, I am going to work today. This is going to be so awesome. So if you come back over here on this plot on your stories, So these are the things that I try to make sure I have in my longer version of my story. So I'll just tell you that. This is my 60-second version. And I'm going to read it because I know I've only got like 2 minutes left. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to leave anything out. But I start off and I say, I was attracted to the Juice Plus business because I knew the health benefits of whole food. Fruits and vegetables in a capsule. That's amazing. As my family's allergies improved, I wanted this for everyone. Soon I was able to pay for our Juice Plus. Then I was able to pay for our new truck. Yep, that was a green dually. And then finally our mortgage. I was working full-time with our own small academic business, and this was a great plan B. In fact, it was a plan B for me for about 15 years. What I didn't realize was the impact it would have on our kids. 20 years later, we have raised healthy, active young adults who grew up without flu shots or the flu or allergies and only well visits to the doctor. The sheer impact of this hit me when Brianna, our youngest, actually declined acceptance to pharmacy school because she wanted to do the same thing for other families. That's when I really took a good hard look at my plan B, and I realized it could be my plan A with a full benefit package, travel, and complete control of my time. We sold our academic business after 24 years, and I'm literally still pinching myself with the lifestyle this has created. I love being part of such a mission-driven company, only responsible for sharing our message and outstanding customer service and seeing the healing power of plants in all we know. And then I see what is that, how does that impact them? If they just kind of change the subject, then we go on. But mostly that will resonate in some place, and then the conversation will be started, and then I'll be able to see what part of that might be of interest to them. So I know we have like 1 minute left, but I was hoping that we'd be able to take a little bit of time. I hope that helps you. I think that it's important on the words that are included in your story, the semantics that are there, but also the delivery and the passion and the authenticity that you share your story with. So if some of you we have like negative 15 seconds, I guess, but maybe if we have time, maybe we can have a couple of people share their short versions of their stories, and we can wrap that up by putting all this together.
Can you stop screen share, Melinda?
Oh, yes, I can. Maybe I can. Stop screen share. There it is. Okay. Thank you, Nick. Sorry.
There you go. Oh, awesome job, Melinda. And listen, we started late, so we've certainly got another 5 minutes. But the thing that comes across to me so well is your passion and your confidence, both of which you said are so important. So yes, that's great. And while people are thinking about their 15-second story, and we really do want you to participate in this, let me just add that, if you're newer to the business, you may think that you don't have a story yet, but truly everybody has a story. Even if it's just, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this product I found, Juice Plus. It really gives me a sense of purpose. I want everybody to hear about it. And you might say, what I saw when I looked at this company is the top position of national marketing director, where the average income is over $100,000 a year. It's got an amazing benefits package, and that's where I'm headed. And you can say that if you only just signed your distributor app last week. It's still a story. It's sharing why you're doing what you're doing and why you love what you do. So, having said that, let's open it up. Who's going to be bold and share a 15, 20-second story? Go on, Nicole.
I'll do it. So if I just meet somebody and they ask me what I do, I say, I'm actually a franchise owner with the most researched nutritional product in the world, Juice Plus. Have you heard of it? And that's what I say.
There you go. Yep. So important to ask that question. Have you heard of it? Yep. Mm-hmm. We often find that people fall into one of three categories. You may get that blank look. They have zero interest. It goes straight over their head. So don't even bother to go there. Sometimes it's a kind of, oh, really? Now that sounds interesting. Tell me more. Really? Fruits and vegetables in capsules? That's kind of weird. But then you've got that third kind of person that says, wow, really? Fruits and vegetables in capsules? Why didn't I think of that? So there are only three types of people. Okay, well done. Next. Mick, do you think if we had told them we would award them extra points in the contest, they would have been more willing to come forward?
I do.
Go, Amanda, go. Go, Amanda, go.
It's actually relatively quiet right now. Okay, so when somebody asks me what I do, I say, well, I help people get more fruits and vegetables into their diet. We do that through concentrated produce powders and capsules and aeroponic growing systems.
So, yay. Good job.
That's less than 15 seconds, but
No, that's good. Perfect. Perfect.
less than 15 and then over.
Yeah, less is good. Less is more.
Yeah.
Right. I think that confidence, that position of confidence that you heard in both of them is really important. And all of us, even our brand new people, we can all have that confidence because we know plants heal. I mean, everything you look at, people always say, get more fruits and vegetables. American Cancer Society says, get more fruits and vegetables. Nobody argues with you. So you are in a position of confidence on sharing plants and helping your body. Your body knows what to do with plants. Okay, somebody else. Do we have one more? Can we have one more?
I'm sure we do.
Oh, no.
No.
So I do something very similar to Amanda and Nicole. I also say something about, I help families eat healthier. I've partnered with a company called Juice Plus, which puts fruits and vegetables in a capsule and chewies for children. Have you ever heard of it? And I always finish just like that. Have you heard of it? Because I want to hear what they say before I move on to my next stuff. But I love what you did tonight, Melinda. It's great. And I love the plot thing because I think I've got away from including the pain bit because that feels like a long time ago. And as you were talking, I was thinking that I could say things like, I'd decided to stay home with my kids, but I wanted to have an income at the same time without going back to work. And this was a perfect fit. So I think I'll start adding something about that in future.
And I remember learning something from you, Rachel, when we were discussing this years ago now, where you told me that you nearly, I don't know if you still do this, that you nearly always start out by saying, oh my gosh, let me tell you, oh my gosh. And that kind of lifted the excitement, before adding then what you do. Oh my gosh, I work with Juice Plus. It's an awesome product. Have you ever heard of it? But just starting with, oh my gosh, they're excited before you've even told them what you do.
Yeah. I'm glad you trained that back to me because I do remember I always used to say that.
I still do. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to include it again, because I did always used to start with that. Like I always say, oh great to everything. Even if they say I can't stand the stuff, I'll say, oh great. This is it's just like my definite comeback to everything. There's always some way and go there that's positive.
And that's another good point because, we talk about the importance of finishing with a question, have you heard of it? Now, if they say, yes, I have, you say, great, tell me, what have you heard? And if they say no, you say, great, let me tell you about it. So either way, it's great.
Absolutely.
So most of you know me way too well. You know that there's no way I can squeeze anything into 15 seconds. So the point I want to make is that the 15 seconds is crucial because we shouldn't be speaking for more than 15 seconds without a question.
Mm-hmm.
The 15 seconds is the lead-in to a conversation.
Right.
And the way the conversation goes doesn't depend on me, it depends on the other person. But I love plot because if and I saw it before and I completely forgot about it, but if I remember that I start with, I begin pretty quickly with the P and then the L, but I've got to finish with the T.
Yeah.
I've got to bring the triumph. I've got to bring, because the T is what casts vision for people.
Right.
What we've been able to achieve. And Jenny shared this right at the very, very beginning of this Zoom. So I think it's fabulous. Melinda, wonderful job.
Yay. It was a topic that I totally love.
We can tell.
Yes.
Well, okay, folks. Well, next week,
Really
I'm sorry, somebody talking?
Yeah, Melinda, could you share again where in the mission-driven model you found the plot?
Yes. So it says under building your team. It's way down there at the bottom. the line that says building your team, and then there's one that says your stories, and that's where they have that acronym.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I will say that for me to talk about a franchise is just automatic from my background. But when I shared that terminology with my team, Dorothy's on tonight, and I think Michelle was, of course, Brianna, that really resonates with people. People that sort of elevates, like there's kind of a negative MLM, network marketing, blah, 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 which is not what we are. And so just right off the bat, if you can put that franchise word into your terminology, I think that you'll have a lot more intrigue started, and that is what we are, and so that might help you with your adding more business team-minded people.
Excellent. Well, Melinda, as you said, that is a topic that excites you. And next week, I'm going to be training on a topic that excites me, because we're going to be looking at the importance of qualifying your business, how to qualify your business, and the importance of becoming customer qualified, because I think there's a little confusion out there as to what is the difference between the two. So I'm looking forward to that, sharing that topic with you, same time, same place, next Monday evening. Until then, Team Eagles, thank you and good night.
God bless everybody.
Hey, there's Matthew. Hey, Matthew.
Oh.
Good job, Mama.
Oh, that's yeah. There you go. Third generation.
Okay, we can't leave now.
Right.
I had to keep my video off because we were having a hard time paying attention and making too much noise. So he
Hi,
went
Brianna. Good to see you.
Yay.
I can tell you're having way too much fun.
We're having way too much fun. 2 weeks of Matthew in Texas. Woohoo.
Good job, Cranwelges.
Great.
It's that
Bye,
time
y'all.
freedom. Okay.